Hi guys, welcome to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. We do everything City past and present here on these little vlogs, so I do try and inform and entertain, and there's some links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter where I do post loads of city stuff. So if you follow a friend me on there, I do check every few days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you do get a chance, please have a check out my film and TV channel as well, which I try and inform and entertain on there, and all the latest films and TV drama here in the UK and from around the world. So if you can check that out, that will be fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoy today's feature. Right, welcome to the Matchday programme watch. Yeah, the home programme watch, slightly different to the away programme. We do a bit more of analysis on the away programmes, but this is just a quick look through the Manchester City programme itself, and obviously which you can now subscribe to as well. So if you need any details of that, please let me know. But you can buy this now from a firm called Reach, although at the moment they're a little bit disappointed on getting these things out. Usually they're quite quick in the past, I've noticed, but whether there's a lot of demand for this, I'm not too sure, but it's the only place you can get it at the moment, so I'll give you the details, but I'm still waiting as I'm doing this. Obviously, I went to the Leipzig game, which I'm going to talk about today. So I managed to pick up a couple of programmes for me and my lad, but obviously I've certainly not had the... I always try and have a nice pristine one from this Reach Sports. It hasn't been in my back pocket all folded up, but as at Friday, the 17th of September, it's not arrived yet. So yeah, I think there's a few teething problems with it. Let's just say that, but I'm sure it'll be worthwhile in the long term. Yeah, so this is our look at the home program, where I just look at obviously there's a few regular features in here that I won't touch upon, but just some interesting articles of some of the regulars and some new stuff as well. So just if you want to buy this, you can go out and buy it. I'm sure you can get older copies, and as I say, if you subscribe, you're sorted, aren't you? But there you go. Yeah, so I'm going to look at the program, of course, against Leipzig on the 15th of September 21. Interestingly enough, yeah, I mean, obviously we've got the usual things. We've got to look back at games with images and reports on the Leicester and the Arsenal games. Kevin Cummings has got some great photos of past and recent stuff as normal. So the quizzes are there as well for the kids and the adults. Yeah, some tough questions in there if you like your quizzes, including a word search. I sent it to my lad. He wasn't happy with the word search. He can't get to the games just at the moment, but because Tevez was on it, it's not his favourite. It's not his favourite player, so he said, "Please don't send me a word search with Tevez on again." I live and learn, don't I? But there you go. Yeah, the stuff on the City women, the under-18s, the EDS, of course. Interesting enough, I mean, obviously Pep's piece, obviously we've had a few problems, haven't we? Misquotes, or some people saying he hasn't really said anything bad. Some people going absolutely potty with him. But there you go. It's just the media stirring it up, let's be honest about it. But I'm just reading his last paragraph of his programme notes here. Again, I want to say the support we have had in the first two home games of this season has been fantastic. And those who were at Leicester on Saturday, who were amazing. To have fans back is making everything so much more exciting. Thank you for your support. Enjoy the game. Pep Guardiola. So there you go. Another side to it, but perhaps he'd had a bit of a row with someone before. Obviously, he made the comments about the Leipzig game. But as I said, I've not actually looked at that actual interview he's given. I've looked at some wording. It doesn't looks okay, but he's just saying things that don't need to be said. In my opinion, at the end of the day, people will turn up to watch the Southampton game if they want to turn up to watch the Southampton game. I'm sorry, Pep. Whatever you say, mate, isn't going to make a lot of difference. And all you do. And obviously anyone in that position do it. I mean, I know City fans, I've been a City fan all my life, we're more reactionary. So to say something like turn out, we probably wouldn't. This is just what City fans are like. We don't like being told what to do. We don't like people criticising our team. We'll criticise our own. But that's par for the course with City fans. So Pep probably just keep his gob shut, Aiden, leave it at that. But that it is what it is. But to say the PR sometimes doesn't quite work so well at City, does it? Just quickly through the programme then, I don't want to waffle on about Pep and Krause, etc. Don't want to make this a tirade about that. Yeah, there's a feature on Torres, which isn't anything groundbreaking, to be honest with you. Buzzer does a nice little tribute, of course. I've did one myself, and people like Gary James has done a great one as well if you go onto his site, to Johnny Williamson, of course, who passed away recently. And again, Buzzer praises the fans, City fans, for the first 2 home games. Interested to see if he has anything to say in the next the Southampton programme about obviously the Leipzig game, whether he praises the fans for that. But he goes on to say, Buzzer, you have all been fantastic with a superb atmosphere really helping the players. There you go. So perhaps it all fell apart at Leipzig, but I don't think so. I thought the atmosphere against Leipzig was excellent the other night. On to RB Leipzig. Yeah, an interesting thing in there. He had a couple of one-to-watches. My Andre Silva, I quite liked, but he had a bit of a quiet game. But their other one-to-watch was, of course, Christopher Nkunku, who obviously got his hat-trick. So, well done. Obviously, perhaps the players and Pep didn't read the programme notes on the one-to-watch with RB Leipzig the other night. But there you go. That was quite interesting to see. And of course, we've never played Leipzig before, so it has a look back at the last time we actually met German opposition through images and an article, and it's obviously Dortmund as long ago as April 2021. So there you go. It wasn't long ago, was it? But obviously we had to fill the page up of a German team visiting, didn't we? There's a good head-to-head actually. With obviously they do a player against a player, and they've got Edison and the Leipzig keeper this time, Gulaxi, I think he's called. Very interesting. I mean, I wasn't aware. I mean, I'm aware that I don't think he's very good now. I think he was better perhaps when he was younger, but I was unaware that he was at Liverpool. I mean, that's just my general. I'm a City fan. I tend to read up on other teams and stuff when I need to, when we're playing them or stuff like that. But I didn't realise he'd been at Liverpool earlier in his career and was loaned out to such wonderful, fantastic, no disrespect, massive teams as Hereford, Tranmere and Hull as well. So, but having seen him play, I can probably understand why he was loaned out, but he never quite made it at Liverpool. I'm not sure. I didn't look to see how many games he played, but anyway, that was a good head-to-head. It's good that when you can sort of learn something about an opposing player that is interesting, and it is, because we've had, obviously, he plays for Hungary, doesn't he? And obviously England stuffed them 4-0, didn't we, the other week? So that was good to see. Of course, played for both. Could only really feature on Angelino, can't it? So we have that little piece on him. A look at the Bruges PSG game. That was a nice touch. Yeah, I like that in the programme. It just looks at Bruges and the PSG. Obviously ended in a draw, didn't it? But so it's just some general information. I like that little section. Only a couple of pages, but I like that section. And of course, my favourite always is the brilliant Gary James stuff. And this, interestingly enough, he looks at own goals this week. So he has like a 4-page. It's a good little read. It takes a few minutes to get through it all. And of course, we did have another own goal on the night to add to interesting own goals, didn't it? But brilliant piece from Gary James. I mean, the programme itself is always worth buying just for Gary James, in my opinion. To be honest with you, as I said, he's forgot more about City than I'll probably ever know. To be honest with you, but that was very interesting. Own goal piece, and it was ironic perhaps that it was not a bad little own goal on the night, was it, by the poor Leipzig player. X has question and answers with Peter Barnes. Nothing overly fantastic in that, just a page. Obviously Peter Barnes' autobiography is obviously available from Gary James as well, but the X, it's just a Q&A with Peter Barnes. It's okay, not anything particularly groundbreaking that I didn't really know. But there's a great piece on of course, you do the official supporters club page, don't you? And this has been this week in this issue, dedicated to Eddie Sparrow, of course, and his work on the memorial page. So I always say he's got this due next February, if you watch my One City show, that he's selling tickets for. If you haven't gone for that yet, please do so. Do check out Eddie Sparrow, of course, on his Facebook page and the City Memorial page. Does some wonderful things and is worthy of your support, guys, and I'm sure most of you do anyway. But if you don't, get along and give him your support. Yeah, Zinchenko features in that well-known little article, facts about the letters of names. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with Nathan Aki. They haven't got many letters to go out, have they? But obviously for that Alexander Zinchenko, they got plenty of little facts. But I mean, they're not the most. They're a bit forced, some of the facts. If you look for the letter O, for instance, it says O for omen, as in lucky omen. Zinchenko has scored 7 times for the Ukraine and never ended up on the losing side. So it's pushing it a bit. For lucky omen, but hey, there you go. That's what it is. But it's an interesting fact, isn't it? And S is a good one. S for Scott Brown. Yeah, the Port Vale keeper, one of only two Zinchenko was beaten in English football. So there you go. I mean, you are a bit the dubious, the links, but it's an okay thing if you just want facts about a player, which is fair enough. It's one way of doing it, isn't it? But it's a little bit forced to me. You sort of get the gist of what that sort of article's about. But obviously with Nathan Aki, perhaps he'll put his middle name in there to extend it a little bit more, but I don't know. And, of course, we finish with the famous last words. I wasn't over impressed last time because it was an Arsenal fan. I had no interest whatsoever from some band. But we've got Cassia. Cassia, I think I've heard of it, but I'm not 100%. I mean, it's a bit out of my time. I'll have to get them on have a look on Tinternet and see what their music's like. But, yeah, the Cassia bass player, Lou Cottrell. It's quite interesting. Big City fan by the looks of it. He doesn't do it just, he's not sort of giving sound bites. He's obviously been involved with City and been to a lot of games and has got a lot of history of going to City. But as I say, at least he is a City fan. I wasn't overly impressed with the famous last words feature last week. A sort of guy I've never heard of who obviously was an Arsenal fan. I've no real interest in that. I suppose if they're more famous, I might have been more interested, but I didn't know who he was. So I can't remember what his name was now, to be honest with you. But so Luke Cottrell. Nice little piece for him and his supporting background of City. That was nice. And obviously, I will now give Cassia a look. I try and support everything to do with City, so I'll try and listen to a couple of tracks. Is that what we call them? I'll try and listen to a couple of tracks on that, and that's fantastic. And that's about it. Yeah, so not a bad programme. All right, not great. As I say, it's always worthy of the £3.50, which is what it is for Gary James's item in that. Apart from Gary James, probably my favourite. Let me just have a quick look, remind myself. Eddie Sparrow, of course, is always great to see that. I think the head-to-head with Glasgow and Ederson sort of interested me this week. I thought that was pretty good. So, as I say, but it's fine. And if you're listening to this, I think this is coming out before my look at the October Manchester City Digital magazine. So that'll be another little special. So I've had a delve through that as well to give you any information, whether it's worth you going onto the City site and having a look at that as well. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you get these programmes, give us a shout. If there's anything that sort of appealed to you that perhaps I didn't touch upon, but I'll be doing this on a regular thing. If you like it, if you don't, just let me know. Anything else I can do. And as I say, the Leicester City matchday programme watch, that is, I didn't get to the game. I couldn't get tickets for that one, so I've managed to get hold of a copy. Quite expensive on the internet, very hard to get hold of. I couldn't get it through the shop or anywhere, but I managed to get hold of a copy, so that should be out soon, and hopefully that's winging its way onto me from Leicester, I think, from someone in Leicester. So there you go. So get it from the horse's mouth. So join me for that. Anyway, thanks for watching today. What we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. To meet here again on the Citizen channel. We'll perhaps have a look across. If you want to have a break from football, have a look at my film and TV channel. I try and inform and entertain on there as well. Until we do meet again, I only ever ask you one simple thing from you. Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.